What's going on YouTube? So CarTrimHome sent over their T10 knobless head unit for me to do a video for. So check it out. So I just removed the I believe this was a T8. You know, don't quote me, but I think this was a T8. Came with knobs, direct replacement of the AC vents and the hazard light. But now, we compare the two, check this out. So now we got much bigger screen, but no knobs. For the installation, for me it's a little bit tricky because I have to like solder two wires together because I have a separate amp, so I need like to connect the power to the amp cables together so that when I turn the car on, it triggers the sub to turn on. So my installation process is a little bit confusing, but I will link the full installation process from the Facebook group and the guys over there on Facebook and all that stuff. But I would just suggest that if you're gonna go into getting one of these, the T8, the T10, or any of those like aftermarket head units, I would suggest joining the Facebook groups and buying from CarTrimHome. They give you some discounts in the Facebook groups. There's a couple guys in there that are like directly in contact with the factory, and they're really, really good with like warranty issues and all those things. So before like making a purchase or like buying it on Amazon or something, there's really no cons in joining the Facebook group and just buying it from there. So first things first, I'm gonna just swap the AC vents, swap the hazard light, and begin the installation. So all in all, everything went very smooth. The only issue that I really had was, again, like I have like a sub, so I have a different amp, so I had to splice the amp control cable into like the red power cable. So we did that just to make sure that when I turn the car on, the amp turns on also. The other thing that I came across too was just like the camera, the backup camera. I had to kind of just go through all the yellow like AV cables until I got the camera cable plugged into the right camera cable plugged in. So I just put the car in reverse and just tried all the yellow cables until it was the right pair. One other thing I want to mention too is that I wasn't really a big fan of the knobless version, but I do like the big screen, especially for CarPlay. So I feel like when I have the CarPlay like split screen on, where you have the map and then you have Spotify and you have the calendar thing, like just like the Spotify version at the bottom corner, I feel like it's bigger than some CarPlay screens, like the entire screen of a car sometimes. So like having the maps and then Spotify at the same time, both open in CarPlay and just being huge, that's fine with me because I have the steering wheel controls, and for me a normal listening level with their number system is like 7 to 10. So, and I think like anything under 5 is too low, anything above 10 is a little too high. So, you know, a literal 6 clicks on the steering wheel and you can get it to a reasonable level because again, we don't have the knob. So the knob versus knobless is like, I guess that's up to you, but they do have like a T10 version with a knob, but I chose the knobless version. I do want to mention too that the T10 unit is a crazy Android unit. So you can put a SIM card in there and do everything without CarPlay or Android Auto. You could run your Google Maps, you can run like everything that you would normally on your phone, Spotify, everything with a SIM card. But for me, I don't have that SIM card. I'm not using it for that. My sole purpose of this is just CarPlay. So I got wireless CarPlay to work. I'm happy with that. I downloaded the APK for the dongle, so now if someone else wants to use CarPlay, they can just connect to it with a wire. So I'm pretty happy with everything. I thought the wireless CarPlay was going to be a bit tricky, but I just connected Bluetooth, then it automatically connected to the Wi-Fi, and every time I turn the car on, it turns on. So I'll do a test with that at the end so you guys can see that happening. But for now, you have any questions, let me know. And yeah, I'm very happy with it so far. So the final test before I conclude the video, I just want to make sure that CarPlay, the wireless CarPlay, works every single time I turn the car on. So if that's something you're going to offer, I just want to make sure that every single time I come into the car, I don't have to connect it to the Bluetooth, connect it to the Wi-Fi, all that stuff all over and over and over again. So car's off, let's test it. All right, so I'm just going to leave my phone locked and see if it does its thing. It said pair success on the screen. Do I open the app for it? T-Link? Okay, so it works. I did it once before and I didn't have to open the app. But yeah, I mean, a few seconds. So that's pass the test.